What up, y'all? What up, y'all? Hope y'all doing well. IG, it look like y'all were the first people to pop up in here today. Shout out to IG being the first people to pop up in here right now. TikTok right behind y'all though today. What's up, family? Hope y'all doing well. Hope y'all doing well. Appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all more than y'all know. Shout out to my YouTube family, my Instagram family, my Facebook, wherever y'all watching me from, man. Shout out to y'all, man. If y'all don't know who I am, look, I go by Zabo103. I'm the dude that get on these live platforms, and I really just try to provoke some thought. I believe if you think, if you research, and you take action, you absolutely can win. What's up from Alabama? That's what I'm talking about. Alabama in the building. It's been a minute since I've been out there in Alabama, man. I got to get back. It's a beautiful place. Some parts, not all. Some parts of Alabama, I'm like, oof. Illinois in the building. Shout out to Illinois. Look, y'all, I was live a few minutes ago. I think it was TikTok I was on. Oklahoma City? Okay. Some cheap land out there now. I'm about to tell you what happened early this morning, but for the rest of the people that went on live on the TikTok, Oklahoma City, you can get some cheap land out there in Oklahoma. I'm talking about $500 an acre. Don't get me started. That's the next spot we're looking at. Oklahoma. It's coming. It is coming. It's definitely on the radar. But nevertheless, I digress. I was live on TikTok earlier today, taking the vehicle to the dealership because I don't know if it was a boat or a star, right? That I mean, not a boat, but a rock that hit the windshield, and it created this big old star on there. So I had to take it in. They getting that thing replaced. We'll get that thing back. Probably won't be today. Probably tomorrow sometime. And we'll go from there. Cherokee County, 10 minutes from Georgia. Oof. Rome, Georgia. That's what's up. But it was interesting. I was explaining to the TikTok family earlier, had it been personal, right? Had it been personal, I would have been speaking to the manager, the brand, the regional manager, the general manager, every freaking body. I gotta fix this, man. I paid for a warranty. But since it's a business vehicle, I'm not taking it personal. Since it's a business vehicle, I'm not taking it personal. And this is a clear example of what I mean by when I say when you operate in public and in private, you ain't stressed about these things, y'all. You ain't tripping about it. The most that you're probably, thinking about is like, man, I ain't gonna be able to conduct business in the vehicle, over the next 24 hours or so. I'll just conduct business in one of the other business vehicles. It is what it is, y'all. Think about what I'm saying. But nevertheless, I digress. Today is Tuesday, right? And we up early in the morning and shout out to all the trolls coming in. Everybody give Bill some attention. Bill wants some attention. Bill said your name is Bill Cosby Jr. Shout out to you, family. We happy you can get up in the morning and try to bring some laughter to people. People need laughter. They do. Now, whether they laughing at you or with you, that's a different situation. But people need laughter in their life. So I appreciate you, Bill, coming in, trying to bring a little humor to the live this morning. We can appreciate your family. Let us know where we can catch your stand-up comedy show or your sit-down comedy show. Let us know where we can catch it at. We want to know where we catch that. Tell us where we can catch a comedy show. Do you just strictly do it on TikTok or do you take it on the road? I'm curious. We're very curious. But you don't want to tell us. So I'm asking you where you take your show at. Do you take your show on the road, or you critiquing my outfit? I'm, I'm trying to see where you take your show at so we can get, you some more ticket sales. We're trying to see what is your show on the road, and we will come and support you and help you make money, man. You got to be a comedian this morning. You're just on here trolling? That sucks, man. That sucks so bad. We tried, Bill. Imagine a grown man on the internet. I thought was a comedian because the joke was pretty funny that he tried to put up. I guess it was funny to me, I guess. I don't freaking know. So I'm up here trying to see if he got, he's gonna be on the road somewhere on the show, so we can probably go to his show and buy some tickets and help put some money in his pocket. And he want to critique what I got on versus telling us how we can support him. The math ain't mathing, y'all. What's happening? Why do so many people bet on everybody else instead of themselves? The title is almost prophetic. You can't even make this up, man. Like, at some point, you got to start fighting for your last name. And that's what we talked about earlier today as well while I was at the dealership. And I want to get back into that conversation because I need people to understand your last name is what matters, y'all. All this other stuff is irrelevant, y'all. You clearly don't get paid to fight for other people's last name. You don't. You should know that by what your job pay you, right? If you work a job right now, or you at work right now, and your job pay you what you work, put a 1 in the chat. If your job don't pay you what you work, put a 2 in the chat. I'm just curious. Maybe your job pay you what you worth. I don't know. I know when I was at the bank, I was there for 20 years as an executive out of college degree, making a couple $100,000 a year, and they didn't pay me my worth. So I don't know. Maybe y'all satisfied with what y'all get, but in my mind, if you're not satisfied with what you get from your job, from a pay perspective, they pay you what you worth. If they're not paying you what you worth, you got to do something about it. We got one person that's happy with what they get paid from their job. I think that's a blessing. If you found somebody that pay you what you worth, then hey, kudos to you. But mostly everybody don't ever believe they get paid what they worth. Ever. And I'm almost certain you don't get paid what you worth. Why am I saying that? Because you go to work every day, get money from a customer and give it to your job. And your job is only giving you a fraction of that money back to you. Think about what I just said. Imagine your job, y'all basically 50-50 partners in theory, because you're getting the money from the customer and you're giving it all to them. And they're providing you the platform to get the money from the customer, right? And you get the money from the customer and you give it all to your job, and your job gonna do the right thing by you and give you 50% of it, right? You're doing 50% of the work, minimally. But instead, if they give you 1% of it, that's a stretch. Think about that for a second. Put that in your noodle for a second. Every day you get money from a customer, you give it to your job for 10 days. On that 10th day, you get a direct deposit for a fraction of the amount that you actually gave to your job. That's a scary situation. It's almost unreal when you really think about it, because in no other world that happens. And the job not wrong, because if you were in business and you had employees, you wouldn't be giving your employees 50% of whatever they get from the customer. Or you would be going out of business. before you even really get in business. That's not reality. The other thing is that you ever notice, and I'm saying it because you mentioned it, sir, but have you ever noticed that poor people always trying to tell wealthy people what to do with money? You ever notice that? If I had the type of money you had, I would give it all away to charities and to the homeless and all this other stuff. Okay, well, do you have the money that you claim that I have? No, but if I had it, this is what I would do. Well, why wouldn't you go out and get it so you can do what you're saying you're gonna do? Why wouldn't you go out and get the money that you're saying that you would give all away? Why wouldn't you do it? In fact, you ain't even got to get all that money. You work a job right now, right? Do you take all that money and give it away? If you don't give all your money away from your job that you have right now, forget being in what position you in. The money that you have right now, do you give it all away right now? No, I can't do that because I got to pay my bills. Okay. How much of your money do you give away every pay period? I guarantee if we did a deep dive on your checking account, I promise you're not giving a dime to no homeless person ever. You're not out, donating the money to charity. You ain't doing none of that. I'm almost 100% certain. And notice I said almost 100% certain. You ain't doing it. But you have so many other opinions about other people's money that ain't got nothing to do with you. At some point, you got to look inward, y'all. All these different things that you want to see in the world, you're not going to see these things unless you present it to the world. See, I'm one of those people that believe that whatever I want to see in the world, I just create. Whatever I want to see in the world, that's what I create. And I don't stop creating. And all of us, whether we believe in ourselves or not, we all are created. We're creative. All of us. But some people just create more than others. So if you want to see something in the world, start creating things so you can see it. What's up, family? Start creating things so you can see it. That way, you don't have to complain about all of these different things that you don't see in the world. You're mad about this. You're mad about that. Why are you mad? It takes so much energy to be mad. In fact, it takes the same energy to be mad that it does to be happy. So you can be happy or mad. It takes the exact same amount of energy. It just is what it is. But at some point, you gotta, so family, you gotta make a decision to do something different. Y'all don't know how crazy it be on these lives sometimes. And you see people just, fellas, it's always us. You just see fellas, men, males, always just be trying to troll. It sucks. It sucks. It's flat out sucks. And I'll be like, sometimes, like, yo, like, can you? I don't know. Maybe I will never understand grown men waking up first thing in the morning wanting to troll other grown men. I will never understand it. For the life of me, I can't wrap my brain. I don't understand. You don't even know where your next meal coming from. You hoping that the person who couch you sleeping on. And the reason why I always get that picture is ain't it funny how whenever somebody be trolling, especially on my live, I always get a picture that they just struggling, sleeping on somebody's couch. I always get that vision in my head, just somebody just struggling. That always got a bag in their pocket. Not with no money in it, with other stuff in it. They always got a little something. I always get that in my head, like a bunch of broke people, like, and they be broke men with kids. Talking about the baby mama trying to take all their money from child support, $35 a month. But you just keeping it real. You wake up in the morning and just troll. That's what I get in my head every time I see a troll, y'all. Every time I see a grown man trolling, that's what I get in my head. I can't think of anything else, because men that are about their business, they ain't got time to troll. Men that are on the grind, ladies, I'm telling y'all. Let me tell y'all. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Men that's out handling their business, ladies, they ain't trolling. I'm gonna tell y'all something else, ladies. Talk to the ladies for a second, fellas. Y'all ain't gotta listen. Ladies, I'm telling you something else. Men that are on my live, they don't really want to take information from me like that, because they want to be in charge. Every man has that inside of them, even me. They want to be the man, regardless of the situation. They might not have no hate in their heart, no envy in their heart, none of that stuff, but they want to be the man. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Most of the time, those men, if they're engaging with things that will add to the conversation, because they're trying to take in what they can take in so they can apply it for themselves. And the stuff they can't apply, they ain't paying no attention to. Those men, you'll never see them trolling. If you see them, those type of men playing around stuff like that, they ain't gonna be playing around on another man platform. They rather spend their time looking at a beautiful woman on live, playing her hair, doing makeup, getting ready, and they'll be throwing little shots, you know what I mean, to try to see if they can catch. That's where they'll be playing around, trying to crack jokes and all the other stuff, because they're trying to entertain this young lady to see if they can catch. But ain't no grown man coming on another grown man live. They trying to add value. They trying to add to the conversation. They ain't on another grown man platform trolling. They just ain't doing it. And maybe it's me. Like I said, I guess I'm the old dude in the room. That's what they call me, the old cat in the room. So I guess maybe that's just my generation. This new generation might be different. But I don't know, man. I've met a lot of young cats online that they be on their mission, man. They don't be having time to troll other grown men. Who does that? Who cares? Who cares about it? So it'd be mind blowing when I see grown men, and I have to say, man, it got to be a robot. They can't be a real person. And then I look at their page, like, oh crap, it is a real person. There's a real person out there like that. That's how they feel. Up early in the morning, ain't considered no form of action to take. You haven't considered no form of action to take in the morning as a grown man. Your only obligation is to really, when you wake up, is to protect, provide. There are some things that come behind that, but those are the first two things that should be on a grown man's mind every single day he wake up. I'm going to provide, I'm going to protect. I'm going to protect, I'm going to provide. I'm going to provide, I'm going to protect. I'm going to protect, I'm going to... Those are two things should automatically come up in a grown man's head as soon as he opens his eyes. When you have a grown man that wake up and want to troll another grown man, ladies, run. Ladies, run. I'm talking about 100 miles. Forget the red flags. Listen, run. Think. Think about what I'm saying, y'all. This is so crazy to me. Only on the internet. Only on the internet. And I can't be mad because I'm on the internet too. So I can't even be mad. I can't even be mad. I don't know what you're talking about, man. Oh, we got another grown man over here trolling. Bro, it's 11 a.m. And what you got on your mind is about you being curious? Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. If you curious like that, man, just go find somebody that want to be curious with you. I know you're looking and you're searching. We're not talking about that, man. I don't want to talk about no stuff like that, man. That's not what I'm a married man. I'm happily married, man. I got a beautiful wife, sir. I'm not. That's not my thing. It might be your thing. Go find somebody that's their thing. Don't be harassing me about it. I mean, I want to hear what you're gonna kick you out. Y'all, if y'all ain't figured it out, y'all, I'm in one of those modes this morning where I just want to be silly. Just a little bit. Troll the trolls. Because it's kind of unfortunate. It really is. But outside of that, y'all, on a serious note, you know, you got to start putting your last name first. That's why I left off. And in putting your last name first, you got to give yourself targets, real targets, not, you know, things that you've been achieving all your life. Give yourself some targets that you ain't achieved yet and start working towards those different things. That way you can start to see real separation from your old life and your new life. The life that you want to create, you ain't just creating it for you. You're creating this life for the people that you care about and love the most. That's what's really important, y'all. That's what this stuff boils down to. You can't keep just sitting back hoping that these things will transpire. You just can't do it, y'all. That's not real life. And I can tell you flat out, at some point in your life, something's going to click. The light bulb's going to go off. You just got to hope it's not too late. You got to hope it's not too late. So many people waste so much time doing all these other things that don't have a, I'm going to be honest, a positive impact on their life or nobody's life around them. And they'll just waste their time doing these things. And then when they get too old to play around that way, or they realize they too old to be in the same game that they used to be in, then they want to buckle down. And I think everybody has that level, depend on, you know, because getting older is guaranteed if you waking up every day, right? Becoming more mature is optional. Think. That's what this stuff ultimately boils back down to. So you gotta start. You gotta wake up before it's too late. The average person on this planet lived to about 72 years old. 72. So if you're over the age of 36, you're halfway there. If you're over the age of 36, you're halfway there. It just is what it is. If you're in your 20s, I mean, you over a quarter of the way. Think. But nobody really hears this stuff until it's too late. Until they in that mode of just having regrets. Think about people, right? People will say, somebody just said it too. I'm trying to live till I'm 100. For what? What's the reason you're trying to live to 100? What are you doing in your life right now that makes you want to live to 100? Why do you want to stay on this planet longer till 100 years old? You want to stay here for what reasons? And I'm not saying you shouldn't want to. I'd be curious when I see people say things like that. Like, what is the reason why you want to live longer? What are you doing with the time that you have currently today? And if you do want to live till you're 100 years old, guess what? For what? If you're not doing things right now for your last name, you're just going to become a burden on somebody. If you're barely taking care of yourself and you can't take care of really nobody else you say you care about and love the most, why do you want to live till you're 100 years old for somebody to take care of you and you ain't really fully take care of them? Because you were supposed to be giving them a head start on life. You were supposed to be making their life better. The goal is for you to get on what you get on so that you can give them that other head start. Think. That's what this stuff boils down to. That's what it comes back to. Muzz, there's a lot of trolls in here right now, and some people want attention. I don't know. But we got another grown man in there talking about we didn't went to school together and we was in the slow cat class together. Okay. We was in the slow class together. Where did you end up in your life? Where did you end up? What you got going on right now? You still in those slow classes? You still in those slow classes? Come on, tell us you're still in the slow classes. Where you working at these days? Where you working at these days, man? I remember you too, man. Are you still down at the McDonald's at Grady? Are you still down there at the McDonald's at Grady? I know when you first started, you were back down, you were mopping. Then when I left, you was on the grill. Have you made it to Fry's yet? We both was in a slow class. We grew up together, man. I remember you. I remember you being out, I hope you made it to Fry's. I hope you made it to Fry's. Look, I'm at work right now, right? I'm working. That's what I'm doing right now. I don't come down to McDonald's and get mad because you put salt all over the fries. All that salt you done put on the fries because you was in the slow class. They need to put you down with the DOT and you need to salt these Georgia roads when we have the bad weather and the black ice. All that salt you be put on the fries, you can take that talent somewhere else. But you can't keep being slow your whole life. Where they do that at? I ain't let my education stop my education. I am slow. But I ain't at McDonald's working this morning. And you on the phone at McDonald's? I should get off live right now and call the manager down there and tell your manager you on the phone while you on the clock. I should 100% call your manager right now and tell him that you are on social media, on the internet. Somebody screenshot one of my mods. Go back and screenshot that comment, and we're gonna attach it to his account, and we're gonna show it to his manager, and we're gonna get you fired. What be wrong with folks, y'all? Again, grown men waking up early in the morning wanting to troll other grown men. Where they do this stuff at, y'all? Only on the internet. Only on the internet. It's so weird. I can't do that but laugh at it, y'all. I can't. Because what's comical right now, and the reason why I laugh at it, right? I laugh at it because, right? Let's bring it to money for a second because that's what these type of people respond to. That's what they used to. What he's gonna make in a whole year, I'm gonna make today. His whole yearly salary. I'm gonna say this again. His whole yearly salary, I'm gonna make that salary today. I can go look at my stats yesterday, and I made more than his whole yearly salary yesterday. And that's why this stuff is comical to me. It's almost laughable when I think about it because it's just like you could be soaking up some information that I know would change your life. Because even though I went in those slow classes, I wasn't as sharp as marble. And I ain't never been as sharp as marble. I barely got out of high school. I ain't got no college education. But I gotta know something. I gotta know something. You would want to try to soak up some of this information that I am giving out freely so you can get off of that person's couch, so you can stop borrowing that girl a car. One phone call of saying, bring me my car will mess up your whole day. Call down to your baby mama, you supposed to caught the bus to work today, and you wound taking the car because she was off. She ain't got to remember say, man, bring me my car, and it'll mess up your whole day. What type of dude? Like, think. This stuff is wild to me, y'all. But that's the world that we live in. But my question still remains the same. When are you going to start betting on yourself? When? When are you going to start betting on yourself? There's so many people that are betting on everybody else. And it sucks. It flat out sucks, y'all. Because there's a big world out here. There's so much other stuff. I'll be at the livestock auction tomorrow at 11 a.m. live on the network, Zabo103tv.com. So we're gonna be locked in at 11 a.m. in the morning, Eastern Standard Time. All of it will be recorded. We are gonna be out in the sticks. So being that we're gonna be out there in the sticks, I'm just forewarning you. I am going live, but the internet go internet. Y'all know how that go. I can't do nothing about that. But whether the internet is up and running, I think we should be good. But if it's not, I am going to record it, everything, and upload it to the network. So you'll have an opportunity to check that out too. But it's mind-blowing, y'all. It is absolutely mind-blowing to me. And it doesn't just, it's not just the trolls, right? You got to look in the mirror too. And this one might hurt a little bit, but I promise y'all, I'm just showing love. I'm coming from a place of love when I say this, family. When you go to work every day and you complain about how much you hate your job, but you never do anything about it, you look just like the trolls. I'm going to say that again, and I say this respectfully and humbly, right? Because I don't want no smoke, but the truth could never be considered disrespect. When you go to work every single day complaining about how much you hate your job, you burnt out, you can't do this, and you ain't doing this no more, you're going to get out here and do your own thing, and you don't ever do nothing about it, you look just like these trolls. If you're going to go to the job every day, don't complain about it. Especially if you're not going to do nothing about it. You got to start putting yourself, your last name first so you can start making these moves. Your family is dependent on you. They absolutely dependent on you. If something happened to you at that job, guess what? What would your babies do? What would your spouse do? Your brother, your sister, your aunt, your uncle, your mom and dad, what would they do? They depend on you to help them out every month with certain stuff. And you do. They depending on you and you depending on your job. And I'm not saying it's wrong to have a job, but I'm saying you gotta, I don't know a better way to say this, but you all are powerful people. And you just give up your power so freely. And I mean freely. You got to start making better decisions when it comes to stuff like that. Like I had this thing in my head when I was at Bank of America that they'll never see me complain. They'll never see me upset. And for the 20 years I was at Bank of America, people that work with me, they be on my live, they'll tell you, they never seen me upset. They never seen me mad. They never seen me complain about the job, not one time. Even though I may have had 100 million thoughts in my head about the job, they never seen me complain one day. Never seen me upset. They saw me in the hallway, in the cafe, break room, wherever. They saw me smiling, speaking. And I made it a point when I started working, I said, the day that I complain about where I'm working be the last day that I'm there. And I meant it. That was way before things started clicking for me. And I meant it. That was jobs that I had applied for, got the job before I started working at MBNA, which later was bought by Bank of America. There were jobs that I would go apply for the job, got the job, started work. I got there on Monday morning and I couldn't find a parking spot. It frustrated me. So that was the day that I quit. Then didn't get them no notice. Now I'd be like, all right, I'm out. I was a no call, no show for 2 days. So they turned me. I didn't care. I was upset about not finding parking. The first day that I went to the job and I left and never went back. I done been on job sites where it's like, man, I got this little job or whatever. Manager tried to talk to me crazy. I was working at what was the name of that little place? It was called what's the name of that place? It was called Mitsubishi Electric. Mitsubishi Electric. I never forget that. I was at Mitsubishi Electric probably for like 60 days. They had to train me for like 2 days. And I was in the back fulfilling like little trinket orders. So like they would have like these HVAC system and air purifier system, stuff like that they would sell. And then their customers would want these little trinkets. It'd be like tennis ball, golf balls, pens, pads. And I was just back there fulfilling. I was the only person back there fulfilling those orders. And I was doing that probably for like, it maybe was 60 days. I never forget my manager. She had just got in the role. I never forget this. The first manager I had, he was mad cool. And so I'm like, all right, bet I'll come back here and do this little work, get the little money and go on about my business. They let the young lady start managing me, and man, she went on a power trip. She just went on a power trip. She went on a power trip with everybody she was managing, but she happened to go on a power trip with me. She came back there. She was like, you were supposed to ship out 2 notepads, some ink pens, and a couple of golf balls, and they still haven't got their order. And I'm like, who is the person? It's like, this person. I'm like, I don't know what happened. She's like, you didn't ship the order. She started looking through the shipping papers and stuff, and she saw the paper just sitting over there, and I had shipped the order. She was like, this is not acceptable. She just started going off. And I was just looking at her like, what the hell is wrong with this lady? So after she got done saying everything she was saying, I was like, are you done? I was like, are you done? She was like, no, I'm not done. And another thing, I'm like, okay, I ain't got that much time. I just put on my little jacket and walked out. She was walking behind me, still going off on me, y'all. I never forget that. The receptionist, she was like a work mom for me up there. She was cool. She hit me up. She was like, you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm cool. She was like, you just walked off and, you know, I know you wanted to cool off or whatever. And I was like, I'm not upset. She's like, okay. I told the guy name was who was my previous boss. He was there. His name was Adam. Said, I told Adam that you just went to cool off and you'll be back. I said, why'd you tell him that? He said, I know you wanted to cool off because I know that took everything in you. She been doing this with everybody. It took everything in you not to cuss this lady out. And I was like, no, I'm good. She was like, okay, so I told Adam that you need to cool off. You're probably gonna take the day and you'll come back tomorrow and blah, blah, blah. I said, I ain't coming back. I ain't coming back, Mom. I ain't coming back. I promise you I ain't coming back, Mom. She was like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah, I ain't doing that. She's like, don't let her run you away from this job. I'm like, I ain't really like it like that. No way. She just gave me an incentive. Like I you know, the job was cool because it was just easy work. But the reality of it is I ain't really care for the job like that. I was young. I couldn't have been no more than like 19 years old. I like I barely liked the job, and then she want to go off on me. I'm sorry, I'm just not doing that. She's like, well, okay, I understand. Well, I'll stay in touch with you. I ain't hear from that lady no more. My work mom, I ain't hear from her no more. The point that I'm making is that if you're gonna take whatever abuse you're gonna get from your job and complain about it and not do nothing about it, I'm sorry, you deserve it. You deserve it. You're asking for it. At that point, it ain't no fear. Whatever you got to deal with, you just got to deal with. But it can't be no fear. If you hate your job, ain't no such thing as fear. Like you got some things you got to put in the right compartment. But to me, logically speaking, your family, that when you leave work, the people that you care about and love the most, the one that you providing for, if they truly knew how much you hated your job, they would try to help you figure something else out. And I know that they would, because these are the people that you care about and love the most. And I'm sure it's reciprocated. I'm sure they'd be like, all right, I know you got to suck it up. You got to do this right now, but let's come up with a plan to get you up out of there so you can continue doing what you need to do. Think. Congratulations, going to the Marine Corps. They 100% will help you. But you gotta make that decision. If you're in that place of I can't do it. And the crazier part is when you do make that decision, you're gonna realize you're gonna have the ability to spend more time with the people that you say you care about and love the most. My kids out on spring break right now, right? And I wasn't even thinking about it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I really went. They didn't been somewhere everywhere, so it's like, man, we ain't going nowhere. I asked the boys last night. I said, y'all want to go somewhere since it's spring break? Nah, I just want to chill and relax. I'm like, what kind of kids are y'all? You could have. don't know no kids when you ask them, do y'all want to go somewhere for spring break? And they be like, nah, I just want to chill. Most kids be like, I want to go somewhere. They like, nah, they just want to chill. They're just relaxing. Like, this is wild to me. I didn't have to call out for PTO. I ain't have to play like I was sick, so I could stay out for their spring break so that I ain't have to call no babysitter. They on spring break, I'm on spring break. They get a snow day, I got a snow day. It ain't even freaking snowing. They get a digital learning day, I get a digital learning day. They out for the summer, I'm out for the summer. It's the Thanksgiving holiday, it's the Christmas. Whenever they out, I'm out. Don't you want that experience for not just yourself, but for your babies? Do you understand what that means in real life? Me and my youngest boy in a minute go look at some more land. Ever since we went and got him that 12.36 acres of land last month, I promise you, it seemed like he was he's my only kid that loved being outside in the wild, running through the woods, playing, just having a ball. He liked the outside so much, y'all, just being out there on land. He loves it. Last month, me and him went and I purchased from him 12.36 acres of land for him specifically. Ever since we went and purchased that land, this dude want to buy land every day. And I'm like, okay, that's cool, man. But we gotta get the business going for you, man, so we can get the money that you need to get. So you can operate in public and in private. He don't care. Just want the land. He got up this morning when I was dropping my truck off to get the windshield fixed. And the first thing he said is, we going to see some land today? I said, yeah, man. A little bit later, we're going to look at some more land. Can I go buy my land? Yeah, we can go buy your land. We'll go and check out your land later on today. And then after we go check out your land later on today, which probably going to be about another 15 minutes, because I think I hear him moving around a little bit. That means he must took a shower and put on his clothes and stuff. But we're going to go check out your land today, and then we're going to look at some more land for you. Every day, y'all been hearing him walk up in here. Daddy, can I go get land? I want to go get the land. What is wrong with you? And it's almost crazy because I'm saying, what is wrong with you? But I should be saying, what is right with you? We need to instill this in your brothers and sisters. They understand, but they not adamant about getting land like you. The point of all of this, what I'm saying is, when you bet on yourself, when you bet on your last name, your baby's watching this stuff. Your babies are going to do what they see you do. So if they see you getting up, going to work every single day, they're going to believe and they're going to know that's what they got to do, and they're going to do the same things. If they see you getting up, going to your business, 9 out of 10, they're going to get their own business and do the same thing. Now, if you're working extremely hard in your business, they're going to work extremely hard on their business. If they see you getting up every single day, conducting business, buying land, spending time with them, doing all these different things, guess what they're going to do? The same thing. They're going to think that's what they're supposed to do. Well, my dad went and bought land. I saw him get on live talking to strange people. Maybe that'll be cool, but I'm going to buy me some land. He showed me this process with the life insurance policies. He showed me how to connect these dots. And my dad's it seemed like my dad was with me all the time. What do you think he's going to do, y'all, when he get older? My dad is in here. I see my mom and dad every day. We all in the house together. Me, my dad, my brothers, so we all in the house together. What do you think he's going to do? He's going to think, when I grow up, I need to get me a wife. I need to have me some kids. And once I have these kids, I need to teach my kids this process that my dad taught me. He's going to do what he saw. Think about what I'm saying, y'all. That's it. You know how, like, anytime we're going through these process and we talk about real estate, they say the Burr method, and the only thing you're doing is you're buying into the process, you're refinancing it, right? Or rehabbing it, renting it, refinancing, and you just keep doing the same thing over and over again. Well, your life ain't no different. Your life ain't no different. You've been sitting around some days say, man, my mom used to do this. My mom used to be doing this stuff. I couldn't see how she's doing that. Now I'm doing the same thing. Man, my dad used to do this. When my dad used to be doing this, I couldn't understand why he was doing these things. Now I'm doing the same thing. It's just repeating itself. You got to make a decision on what's being repeated to your babies. You want to have some productive little citizens running around here? Guess what, boys and girls? You need to be a productive little citizen. You want to know how generational wealth actually happens? That's the process. The father and the mother know that their babies are going to repeat everything that they say, and they're going to do everything they see them do. So what do? They try not to say anything they don't want repeated by their babies, and they only do things in front of their babies what they want their babies to do. Where they mess up is they have this other life that they think their babies ain't never going to find out about. And then when their babies find out about it, their babies be disappointed, and then they spiral out of control. That be the issue. So what does that mean? You're going to have to be you. And by you being you, if you have bad habits that you don't want your babies to repeat, get rid of the bad habits. Fellas, you don't want your you don't want your son, your daughter to be disappointed with you because you got a family all the way over here? Stop doing things to have a family already over there. Ladies, you don't want your daughters to be messing with a whole bunch of no good men and can't understand why she can't pick the right man. You need to start picking the right man. Pick one and sit down somewhere. Come on, y'all. But you got to be authentic in front of your kids and be that way the whole time, because they're going to do what you do. And if you think they ain't going to find out about these other things that you do outside of their present, they're going to find out. And when they find out, they're going to be disappointed. And when they become disappointed, they're going to despise you. And then they're going to start doing the opposite of what you was trying to show them, because they're going to want to hurt you the way that you hurt them, which ultimately is going to be them doing what you do anyway. If your kids constantly see you hurting your spouse, what do you think they're going to do? The same things, y'all. When you go through that process of bend on me, your last name, that means all of you. The sacrifices that you have to make them. You don't have the ability to do all these other things. Some be like, you'll never party, have fun, and go out and do all this stuff. That's not what I want to do. I have fun all the time. I don't have to go out to the clubs and the lounge to have fun. Sometimes you don't want to go to the bar and just hang out. I got a bar in my house. I go to the bar all the time. Get me some milk. Come chit chat with y'all for a little while. Play around with my kids. Me and my wife hang out. I'll be good. I have a good old time every single day. Every day I have fun. But you don't want to go here and get in a different environment for what? To see some lights? If you go into that spot that you is popping and you should go there, it's super nice. If you go to that spot in the daytime when all them neon lights are turned off, you just inside of a warehouse and it's raggedy. You in a raggedy ass warehouse. A raggedy warehouse. That's what you're in. If you look at the ceilings look like they're about to fall in. You see water stains all over the place, the paint peeling. But when you there, during the time you go, you can't see all that because all the neon lights is all you see. That's so pretty how they got the neon lights and it's all over. The trees are all lit up. That's nice. When you turn them lights on and turn them neon lights off, it's just a regular tree that you paid an arm and a leg to get into. What's up, family? Think about it, y'all. That's what this stuff is about. But your mind gotta shift. Your mind gotta shift. When your mind shifts, you're not gonna be able to unsee that regular warehouse. You're not gonna be able to imagine that the food that you're getting at these restaurants are really good because you're gonna be like, oh, this food is nasty. It's just the environment that got me in the mood because they were playing the music. The music is what they do. They're in there vibing and eating, laughing, everybody having fun, and the food is so good. No, it ain't. It just was hot. They brought it out to you hot, and you said it was good because it was hot because you're not used to having hot food. Even at home, when you cook, you let the food cool down just a little bit before you start eating. I guarantee you, if you cooked at the crib and your food was hot off the plate, as soon as you start eating, you were like, oh man, this food is fire. Your mind is telling you this stuff, y'all. None of this stuff is real. None of it. But you waste your time and your resources in these places for other people's last name instead of focusing on your own last name, and you miss it every single time. It's time to wake up. It's time to level up. It's time to stop playing games. It's time and get real about the things you need to do for your bloodline because you're not going to be on this planet forever. We all leaving, y'all. It sucks you spend all your time with all these strangers at your job. Majority of them you can't stand. You need to start focusing on your last name so you can spend that time with the people that you care about and love the most because time is going to run out. You're leaving this planet and you're going to be spending all this time with these folks and not with your babies, not with your spouse, not with your siblings, not with your parents, not with your... Like, it's wild to even think about it. It's wild. If you're on my live right now and you know what I'm saying is real, you know what I'm saying is true, I need you to do something about it. I need you to do something about it. That's what this stuff is about. Start working on shifting the way you think. Start working on taking action with the information that you get. Think about what I'm saying. That's amazing, family. If you're one of those people that's ready to level up and you haven't joined the network, Zabo103TV.com, what are you waiting for? If your mindset hasn't shifted at this point in your life, you need to be on the network. The network's going to help get your mind right. It's going to make your mind shift because all the stuff that you're going to see, you're going to start hearing, you're going to be like, whoa, I ain't never think about that before. And that's what you need. 100%. I can't make that up if I wanted to. If your mindset has already shifted, but you ain't done nothing with it, you need to get your butt on the network right now. Zabo103TV.com. The link is in the bio. We going to continue going up. Tomorrow morning, we will be at the livestock auction live on the network. Zabo103tv.com. The link is in the bio. Tap in. Tap all the way in. We got a bunch of shows. There's actually, I think it's another show going to air today and then another one tomorrow. I think it's a show airing every single day this week. And that's how it's going to be going forward. 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Live on Zabo103tv.com. The link is in the bio. For my people that are having, I got like a couple of people DM me lately, right? But when you join, I think the video is going up as far as creating an account. Listen, because this is why I know people get stuck at. Whatever email address that's attached to your payment, not the email address you change it to. If you have an email address that's attached to your payment, what do I mean by that? If you have PayPal, if you have Apple Pay, if you got an iCloud, if you have an email address attached to your payment, when you make your payment, that email address is your username. So when you create your account, you're going to use that email address as your username so you can create your password. The email is going to go to your spam. You're going to search for Store Plus in your spam inbox, and then that first one that pop up is going to say, reset your password to Zabo103TV. You're going to get a confirmation email that's probably going to go there too. I don't know. But wherever your confirmation email go to, that's your user ID. Whatever that email address is. I know people like, well, I got this other email address I want to use. You ain't ever going to be able to log in. The email address that's attached to your payment is your username. Okay? My team actually supposed to have a video up today that I did a voiceover for yesterday. Supposed to go up showing people how to do that for the few people that are having issues. But the tech team has been really good with helping people getting logged in for the few people that have had issues that they told me about. Once that video go up that's explaining to you how to log in, I ain't gonna keep paying the tech team to actually help you log in because it's gonna be a video for it. It's gonna be a video for it. The same way you logged into Netflix when you first got your Netflix account, you created an account. They sent you an email. It went to your spam. You logged in. The end. It's the same process, y'all. How do I know it's the same process as Netflix? And I'm talking about Netflix before they got the app, right? The reason why I know it's the same process, because that's the process we looked at. And that's the process that we decided to go with. It made it simple. Netflix ain't got no customer service. We don't either. You can manage your account from your profile page as well. So people that, if you decide that, hey, I need to update my payment, you can manage it from your profile page. You can update your payment process and all that stuff. If you decide, man, I don't want this no more, you can cancel from that side too. Went up. And I promise you, I can promise you this, the stuff that you're going to see and that you're going to learn on that network, I don't want to call it priceless, but it's priceless. That's all I'm going to say. So definitely tap in. I think my son is about ready. I can tell he got ready because I can hear him creeping. We're about to go and look at some land. I know that's what he want to do. So we're going to go tap in with that. Later on tonight, I might get a chance to pop back live. I don't know. Probably, I don't know. It just depends on what time we get back home. But we about to get out here in the field and go look at some land. Shout out to y'all. I appreciate y'all more than you know. But definitely, if you haven't tapped in and subscribed to Zabo103tv.com, the link is in the bio. Definitely get over there and subscribe. We would love to have you there with us. going up as we go up. In the meantime, y'all be good or have fun being bad. And I may see y'all a little bit later. I don't know. Either way, peace.